if a guy is going to openly and actively try to take another woman away from another man, that is deep insecurity. He is a constant state of having to prove that he's hot, constant state of having to prove that he matters, constant state of just getting minimal, momentarily validation from women, even if it means destroying relationships and lives. Like, if I was Connor, I would have walked up to old boy and say, "What's up, dog? What's up with it?" I would have texted his ass like, "Don't you ever come to me? Don't you ever talk to me? Don't you ever look at my girl again?" I would have said a little something because that is so deeply disrespectful.
The Self-Hype Podcast.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Self-Hype Podcast, and I am so excited for this episode because based on popular demand, that's right, popular demand, this was the highest rated episode in the last season. The Love is Blind Season 10 recap. That's right. I'm going to give my thoughts, the nitty gritty, the dusty ass man, the dusty ass ladies, and everything in between about why society is decaying and everything is awful, but there's still hope for love. We're going to dive into that and so much more. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. What's going on with it? It's your boy. Self-Hype Podcast. What's up with it? And like I said, it is based on popular demand. The Love is Blind season last season when I did the recap, it was our highest rated episode of the month, which I was surprised. I was like, okay, got it. I didn't know guys cared that much about my thoughts and perspectives of of all that stuff. So I'm really excited to jump into it. I'm really excited to chat. I'm really excited to hang because it's reality TV. And reality TV is sloppy, and reality TV is growth. That's gross. And reality TV is all the things. But I don't want you guys to think it's like a reflection of real love. This season, I mean, this entire show has gone down the tube. An experiment my ass. You can't do an experiment for a damn decade. It's 10 seasons. We know that love isn't blind. That's just what it is. There has yet to be one couple in the 10 seasons that has been like, wow, I do not find this person attractive at all, but never mind, because love is blind. It has yet to happen. So is love blind? Hell no. I feel like I'm even ending the episode and we just started talking about it. But I'm going to go through like couple by couple. I'll share some general thoughts and opinions. I'll share my 2 cents on it and everything in between. And, we're going to have a good ass time. That's really what it's going to be. So with that said, and I'm going based on memory. And also, by the time you guys are listening to this, the reunion didn't happen, so I don't really know what happened in the reunion. So if there is an extra tea, is there an extra drama? Maybe I'm right about some things. Maybe I'm completely wrong about some things. But obviously, share your thoughts in the comments of wherever you hear this and listen to this. But let's get into it. Love is Blind. And just a quick recap. I don't really watch these shows. This is kind of the only show I watch. During COVID, I used to watch like all the shows. I watched some Bachelor. I watched Golden Bachelor. I watched Love is Blind. That was kind of the show that got me into it. And then also I watched Love Island. No, I never watched Love Island. Love Island was ratchet as hell. I can't get into Love Island. There's still some shows I just like. There's just no way I'm going to get into it. And yeah, I got really into it. And then I stopped watching all the shows, and Love is Blind I kind of just got stuck with. And this season actually has been pretty fun because I have my aunt, who is not an old woman. She's only 2 years older than me, Latino families, and her 2 friends. And that's kind of our little watch party. We live in all different states. So we like Zoom it and then all just play at the same time and watch the episodes and just kind of like spill the tea and hang out. So it's actually been like a fun experience for have me yap and share my thoughts with friends all at the same time. But let's get into it. Okay, so this season, Ohio. I did not know what to expect because the only time I went to Ohio was when I was working at BuzzFeed and I was a cameraman for the RNC, which was an open carry state. And boy, was that a big old pain in the ass to be there. So I was not looking forward to Ohio. I don't know if there's like cooler states to go to, but we're here. Denver was a dumpster fire, and was this any better? Kinda, not really. I think it's pretty fascinating how we attract people and they don't like us, and from guys and girls. But let's break it down. So first off, we're gonna start with let's just get it out the way. Let's get it over with. Vic and Christine. That's right. Ebony and Ivory. That's right. My man got a snow bunny. Good for him. No, this couple was really sweet. This couple is really cute, but obviously this couple is also really boring. You could just tell in the very beginning when even in the pods, I'm like, these people are gonna get together and these people are gonna be just that healthy couple. Typically, there's always these like ratchet ass other couples that are like fighting and cheating and this and that and the other. And then you got the one solid couple. It's almost like this most hilarious editing ever of like, it's like following all these people and like, oh, this drama and drama and drama. And then just cut to like nice little la di da. Let's just pray. Let's hold hands. Like, even how when they chose each other and they met and all that, I'm like, oh no, racial relations, whatever. But they navigated it pretty beautifully. Like, Vic is a really calm soul and he's a really chill guy. And Christine is the same way. They like complement each other's energies. And it's this rare form of relationship where it's not this big extrovert and really big introvert. It's this both grounded people that maybe one person leans a little more extroverted, the other person leans a little more introverted, but overall they still are pretty grounded. And just watching them, if it's boring, good, because it's regulating. It's what to expect. It's, oh, wow, okay, I will be shocked if something goes wrong here. Which, fun fact, I had a thought that it was gonna go bad because of what happened with the order of the weddings. So the order of the weddings, like typically you get the healthy couple out the way. I'm like, okay, that's fine, whatever, just get it over with. But they put them in the middle. So I was like, oh my God, is there some drama that's gonna happen? Is some things gonna go down? Like, what is up with it? And also, I will say the season wasn't as crazy. I will say that, like, overall, like, this season was something that, like, the editors really, like, worked overtime to try to make more dramatic. Like, there was this one scene where I think it was, like, Connor or Kyle or Logan or whoever the hell else, the white guy with a beard, and he, like, slams the door and says, "All right, out." And I'm like, "Oh, man, that old girl. Okay, what's gonna happen there?" And then they get to the point of the show and they were just he was just showing off his crappy little lock that he has on his door. So I was like, they really try to make it like drama filled when really it really wasn't. But anyway, Vic and Christine were the healthy couple. Vic and Christine were the secure couple. Even how they navigated like, okay, she's a white woman. They're gonna have kids of color. The world's a very scary place. And he said, I'm not really nervous about that. Will we? And she was like, I have a lot to learn, and we will navigate that together. And the thing is like he's okay to say that I do feel afraid. I do feel scared. I do have these certain worries, and we're gonna navigate that together. Like, I just wanted to flag that because I feel like so many people in this show was saying, I don't have any worries. I don't have any concerns. I don't have any issues. Mofo, I just met your ass. I don't even know your last name. Yeah, I'm a little concerned. Yeah, I'm a little scared. But I'm going to keep taking the action and lean in and keep moving forward anyway. I think if you're going to tell me I have no fears and no worries and no qualms whatsoever, you're just BSing and trying to get through this experiment, which most of the men were, but Vic wasn't one of them. So awesome, awesome. So let's keep it moving, shall we? Love it, love it, love it. Jordan and Amber. Oh my God. Jordan and Amber, that's the couple you just didn't see coming. That's the couple of like, the water boy is now dating the cheerleader. Like they go to their high school reunion and it's like, damn, Jordan got Amber. That's freaking sick, dude. I didn't think Jordan was gonna get her, and Jordan has this jolly kind of smile to him. He has this like nice guy persona and energy, which he didn't really show that he wasn't anything but that. I mean, the only issue they had was when he said he was a little afraid to meet the daughter, and then Amber got really feisty and upset, and you really saw her wounds of her past relationship show up. And what I appreciate Jordan is that in that conversation he was calm and he was sweet, but also he called her out. He was like, yo, I'm not these other guys. I'm not these other experiences. And this is kind of what I did, and I'm sorry if it's XYZ, but that's just what it is. And sometimes you really need to calm someone down and not feed into their fears and insecurities. And it's also unfair to you to have to take all that on. And she could have doubled down. She could have got upset. She could have done all those things. But they both leaned in on each other and they repaired that moment, which is a great sign. I was a little concerned for Amber because I was like, is she really like ready, or there's like way too many fears here? And I know Jordan, I think, lives in a basement with 14 other guys and he's in hiding or something. Um, and she has a home and all that other stuff. But I mean, at that stage of the game, it looked like she was really looking for partnership and honestly just really looking for a good guy. And I think you get to that point where maybe love is blind in that way, where you're going to look past certain things. Because she's super duper skinny mini with the big hair looking like a freaking pageant contestant in 1986. And he's Jordan eating a slice of pizza while all the drama's happening, in the pods and all that. But I feel like this is a pretty solid couple. I feel like there's gonna be other moments of her getting upset. You don't just go through all that drama with all these past men and then just meet a guy in 30 days and then be like, okay, it's all gone now. Like that stuff is gonna keep showing up. But I think he navigates that daughter situation is gonna help her relax a lot more. And hopefully she doesn't get fiery and really aggressive and angry towards him, because then that's going to have him shut down and that's going to create a level of resentment long term. So it's really important that she learns that this man is my husband and he's dedicated to me, and I got to leave. I got to manage my own stuff and ask him how he could support me and not just lash out all my anger on him. Just let him know that this is coming from this place. This is how I'm feeling before she does that. But if that happens, then great. And hopefully he's not hiding too much either, because a lot of these dudes were just super quiet. A lot of these dudes were very like, just very mellow. A lot of these dudes were just very like chill, so it's just, it's things like that. Um, Mike and Emma. Oh, Mike and Emma. So Mike and Emma, the big thing was kids. And I didn't really like Emma in the beginning. She was crying over so many damn people, like all these guys that all look the same. She's like, I don't know. Everything's so hard. But eventually she picked Mike, and Mike seemed pretty meh. Not much of a personality there. And Emma kind of chilled out once they kind of got the ball rolling together. But the big thing was kids. And that's a massive, massive decision. It's interesting hearing her story. And I wish I kind of learned more about her backstory because she was adopted, yet she doesn't want kids. And we got a little snippet of her sister talking about like, these damn kids, I don't want any kids. So maybe she's impressionable with her sister in that situation with the children thing. Also, why the hell do you say you don't want kids on national TV or national streaming services? Their kids are going to watch it and be like, Mom, what the hell? So the thing is, like, Mike and Emma, I don't necessarily see this working out. Yes, she said yes. He said no, because I'm sure his family was really pressuring him on, like, you want to be a father. And honestly, I don't blame him for saying no to her. Like, and when they had the kind of potential repair conversation at the wedding, uh, she still didn't get it. She was like, I was willing to be open. And he was like, no, I don't want this to be a decision later on. I want us to 100% agree that this is going to happen. And that's what she just couldn't get. And I think she wanted him and wanted to be married and liked the idea of building this momentum versus actually understanding what she really wants. But also, she's in her 20s, so she has some time to figure things out. But they said they're going to say if they can make it work. Honestly, that's just something that, like, that man's ready to settle down. That man's ready to get married. And there's a lot of women that would love to have kids soon. And there's a lot of guys that don't. So they must have had a really strong connection. I didn't see a whole lot of damn chemistry. I thought it was pretty meh, if you ask me. But no one could be as exciting and as interesting as I can be. So I can't like really drag people on that end. So at the end of the day, I think like the big topic here is having hard conversations and really seeing this as a non-negotiable. Like, they could be hot, they could be cool, they could be exciting, but if they don't change this thing, will you stay with them? And if you do stay with them, will it build resentment? And that's how you know it's a non-negotiable. And I know it's hard because these people are awesome and you probably have such amazing connection with them. But it's really important what we're doing here in terms of life partnership. And it's some of the hardest things you can do. Like, God, they're such a great person. God, I really want it to work, but it's this one thing. And that one thing will make or break the relationship. You can enjoy it, you can maybe sit with it. And that's what they did. They tried. And that's all you can really say and do. And if you try and you still feel that way, then it is what it is. But time heals all things. Sometimes it's easier to get cheated on than meet a great person that you like. And you guys just don't have those same compatibilities. So with that said, let's keep it moving to, oh God, Connor and Bree. Connor and Bree. Oh my God. Connor and Bree, I don't know. I mean, oh, Connor and Bree. Let's see here. I don't even know why. I didn't like Bree off the jump. I smelled that from a mile away. I didn't like the energy. I didn't like any of it. I mean, it's what Bree was giving me from the beginning was that she's so dysregulated and so go, go, go based on some sort of state of survivalism. What she was telling me was essentially she has a hardcore father that she looks up to dearly, but that instilled a level of OCD and super A type that now she's just what she lives off is dopamine. What she lives off is emotional stimulation. What she lives off is just the grit and the grind and all those things. And she wants a guy to outman her, which the guys that are willing to outman her, and then that means butting of heads and that means fighting and arguing, that's just a lot of tension. That's just a lot of unnecessary stimulation. That's just a lot of drama and toxicity, which in my mind sounds like she has a high tolerance of. So when she gets a guy like Connor that is actually a great partner to her and a good balance to her, she sees stability and consistency as boring. She sees stability and consistency as, I don't respect that. I don't like this. She was willing to damn hook up with the shittiest guy on the episode with Chris in Mexico. I knew she wasn't going to be with him because the way that she was talking from the beginning of the season. Why the hell would you have a conversation with another man and be talking like that and talking about your damn fiance in that way? And then at the party when he's acting like a hot ass mess, yes, she walked away. Yes, she showed things, but it's still, she was there for a long time. And she even said, why didn't you tell me this in Mexico? Oh, so if you told me this in Mexico, I would have bailed on the guy that I chose. That's not real connection. And if I was Connor, I would have hopefully got a prenup because I would have broke up with their ass the second this season came out and I got to see those conversations. And I am betting my reunion bet, which again, it kind of sucks that the episode's going to come out like days after the reunion. That I think Bree, did Bree holler at Chris? You know what? I'm going to say no. I don't think Bree hollered at Chris. As much as I want to say for the juicy goss and drama, I don't think she did. I think she's better than that. And I hope I'm wrong because then it'll make the episode even better. But Connor's that guy. Connor also needs to speak up. Connor also needs to verbalize his needs more. I'm sure there was great connection, and he probably needs a woman like that. But he needs a woman like that who's ready to settle down, who understands her wounds, who understands how she's getting in her own way, and really sees the man for who he is, not what is the stimulation that you're giving me. And if you don't give me any stimulation, then I don't want to be with you. And she's probably going to waste a couple more years being with some guys that are very aggressive and very macho and very all that, but don't hold any emotional space for her whatsoever. And she's very hard-headed too, so that is a relationship I don't want to be a part of. That is a dinner I don't even want to go to and see. So that's reality of it. Oh God. Okay, this is what's next. Chris and Jessica. Oh my God, Chris and Jessica. Let's how many other couples we got? Okay, Chris and Jessica. I could go on and on about this damn couple. And it makes me worry about Jessica. I don't know how good Chris was at manipulating or how delulu Jessica was. Jessica is this stunning doctor lady with a whole lot of snakes in her house. And Chris is this Napoleon complex boy. I actually made a TikTok about this, um, and Instagram post about this. About there's guys like this that have a false sense of security in themselves, where they're used to hot women, but they date really young women, like in their 20s. And why they date these hot young women is because he goes to bars, drinks too much, and is really aggressive in his approach. Now, that works for young women that don't know better. Those works for women who have yet to learn the lessons of what a healthy, secure guy is. That works for, yeah, young baddies, but these baddies have no know-how in terms of what guys like Chris are. So he could get away with it, but then he has a false illusion that he dates all these baddies, all these hot women, all these other things. And also, Jessica's fine as hell. And it's like, I get it, the whole workout thing, but he kept talking about the physical, the physical, the physical. Like, I don't know what the hell this man's talking about. The woman is a damn twig. And I'm sure if she doesn't work out for 20, 30 years, he's worried that is she going to explode into the Jolly Green Giant. That if that's just telling me, even if that is the case, he's not ready to settle down. He's not really ready to find partnership. He's facing what he's just looking for what he's always looked for. And that is the chase, that is excitement, that is hotness. And that hotness is based on what external people see of me. And also, this man is so incredibly insecure. If a guy is going to openly and actively try to take another woman away from another man, that is deep insecurity. He is a constant state of having to prove that he's hot, constant state of having to prove that he matters, constant state of just getting minimal, momentarily validation from women, even if it means destroying relationships and lives. Like, if I was Connor, I would have walked up to old boy and say, "What's up, dog? What's up with it?" I would have texted his ass like, "Don't you ever come to me? Don't you ever talk to me? Don't you ever look at my girl again?" I would have said a little something because that is so deeply disrespectful. And he is the man that is dragged this year. I don't know. Oh, the unfortunate truth is he's still probably going to get some play and still probably going to get some dates from some 22-year-old that's like, "Oh my God, this is Chris. He's actually a really nice guy. I met him at the bar. He's really sweet." I think it's just like the editing. He said the editing was a thing. But like that right there, and the crazy like idea of it is that he actually went up to his haters and said, "What's up with it?" And like, there's so many guys like this, and that doesn't tell me confidence. That tells me like schemy, anxious, like super narcissistic levels of like wanting to have attention and wanting to be seen and wanting to be loved and wanting to be cared for and wanting just in the moment. So that's really it. He's for the streets. I don't want to waste too much time on it. Devo and Brittany. Okay, oh Jesus. So poor Brittany, God bless her soul. This woman wanted to get married yesterday. Devo could have been a tree and she would have thought about it. Devo could have been really just a golden cup. And Brittany probably would have considered being with his ass. Like, that's poor Brittany is at a stage of her life that she's willing to be so blind in order to have love. I think she just wore she literally took it seriously. I think she probably she had eye patches on her face the entire experience, I think, because this man did not give a damn about her. He was just laughing, giggling, not taking it seriously, not really touching her. And if you're a man of color that just don't date and you don't date women of color, that concerns me overall. So that's that. I mean, there's a lot of guys that, and what I noticed in this season too, a lot of guys just on autopilot. And good guys are good at autopilot. And what it is, well, I'm just gonna ride this out because I don't really like you, but I don't really know what to do about it. So, and I don't want to be an asshole. And plus, you're then, because I'm going autopilot and I'm pulling away, then you're doubling down and giving me more. So then it's like this whole thing of this avoidant, anxious push and pull. Because then that just makes women just like that flags in the subconscious of women. So then they double down and even give you more love and more attention and all these things. And then the guy just stays where he's at. If anything, he just pulls back even more. And just, he didn't give anything. he just giggled, he just laughed, he literally shared, I this is all this is, and she still wanted him, she still wanted it, and I'm so glad they said no before getting to the altar because she wanted this. Oh God, she wanted to get married so badly. And she even said, I don't want to start over again. I don't want to do all this over again. I'm willing to look past it. I didn't like her in the beginning because she was saying that, oh, he's little. We're all going to be fat one day. I'm like, that's mean. So I thought she was going to be the bad guy in this season, but it was really him. And you got to really look out for guys that are on autopilot. And if it's making you anxious and you have to constantly ask for attention and ask to say you're pretty and ask to say all these things, they don't like you. And I'm like, well, why be with me then? Well, it's like you're hot and like they like you, but they don't want to care about you. They're kind of feeling it out, but eventually they're going to end it. But if it's a constant state of you asking, it's best to just go. I think that's really just it. But a lot of guys could be an autopilot. Last but not least, Alex and Ashley. Alex didn't like her ass. Alex did not like her ass. I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete. I'm an athlete because I athlete. I love to athlete because of soccer. Yeah, I like to soccer when I athlete. Also, I looked it up. This mofo played soccer in like college. I think it was like community college. It was like ITT Tech or some technical institute of just playing soccer and having the personality of a cardboard box. This dude probably is, I don't know. I was talking to my friends about it and no one agreed with me, but I think he didn't have to develop a personality because he's attractive, tall, has cool tattoos, and played soccer. So, and I will say it. I'm just going to say it. I lived in LA. I had one tall friend. He was 6'5". He's a good looking guy, sure. But when we went out, it was like night and day. All he had to do was stand there. And he's like, yeah, this is my life. And girls just walk up to him. And it's crazy. So when I see his ass, I'm like, oh, yeah, he's never had to develop a personality. Like, that's one thing he never had to do. And he's used to women that he likes. And I'm just going to assume he'd probably be hitting it left, right, and center in Austin, in all these cities. So he sees connection and relationships and women not as serious. He's more focused on his career and what it could be. And that's not saying he's prioritizing love and dating. I think if anything, he probably just joined the show just to join the show. But also, he didn't find her attractive. He didn't really like her. And you could even see with his body language. And that's the thing. You got to stop giving guys excuses. Oh, he's just shy. Oh, he's just not handsy. Oh, he's just not that. No, he just don't like your ass. Like, guys are built to pursue and holler. So, like, I have to touch you. I have to initiate something. But if I'm just not initiating at all, I'm just sitting in the back of my head and I'm just hanging out, you shouldn't be with me. And I'm proud of her. I think it was a little too preachy at the wedding, but I'm proud of her for not going on this journey with him to marry his ass. And I'm pretty sure he was going to say no too. Because all of it was just BS. He's a fuckboy with no personality and he shouldn't have been on the show. But the producers know that. And that's why he was on the show. But I think this season overall showed that what it looks like in terms of men in autopilot, what it looks like in terms of people needing stimulation in order to equate that as interest. And it really shows that depending on what season of life that you're in, you can face your fears, lean in, and find a love that serves you. And also, there's nothing wrong with trying. There's a lot of core elements in this season, and I could bash it all day, and it's kind of designed for you to bash it. And also the power of editing. I don't want you guys to think of like, this is exactly how it is. I've worked in the entertainment industry. There's so much editing involved in this. And fun fact, that's why they have golden cups. Because if you could see through the cups, then you see how much liquid they have. And then when they cut it, it doesn't match. So they can't be creative in editing. So that's why all the cups are metallic. So you can't see how they're editing and cutting it. Fun fact about the industry. There you go. But with that said, this shows just a lot of examples. It shows a lot of patterns. It shows a lot of different things in terms of how we move as people and how we look for love. And sometimes we're our own person that gets in our own way. And if that's delusion of thinking this is my person when really they could not give a damn, or if it's you just, again, wanting a high. But what matters is is just really having these conversations. And I think Ashley is a good example of what it's like of how to handle a guy who is on autopilot. To say, I want someone who sees me. I want someone who touches me. I want someone who does these things. And also with these stories, I don't feel good dating you. And that matters. And if you don't feel good on a bodily response and then you request and share and it still doesn't feel that way, boo-boo, life's way too short to be with a guy who's an athlete because the athletes and all he does is athlete and soccer and athletes. I'll see you next week. All right, that's the app, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. And you guys are amazing. I love talking about this stuff. It's actually really fun. I might share some clips online about it. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. It's really fun to talk about this stuff. I used to just yap and yell and complain, and now I could do that on my podcast. So you already know what it is. If you're dealing with a dusty ass man named Alex or Bree or dare I say even dated a Chris and want to tap into some inner child healing to really change and transform your adult relationships and you, I would love to get to know you and work with you. My 8-week boot camp runs every month, which is an 8-week coaching experience where you work with me personally. And also I have my Healthy Love Club, which is a coaching community where you learn how to do dating hacks, inner healing work, again, deep inner child wound stuff, so you could set new boundaries, set new non-negotiables, and know how to regulate your nervous system to date and find healthy, secure love. So with that said, you guys are amazing. And Chris, you suck. All right, see you next week.
The Self-Hype Podcast.